The application for Aerocontrol devices is a web application designed to manage the end-to-end shipment process in Awesome Cargo's last-mile service. The application is designed to track and update in real time the status of a considerable amount of shipments in different modes of service. To access the application, we go to the website of the Aerocontrol application from the handheld device with which the operational work of updating will be performed. Once in the application, log in. Once logged in, the main view is displayed. Here the application is ready to receive and update shipments as appropriate. At the top of the menu, there are three options. The first is the main function to update cargo, then a function to consolidate cargo, and finally, the account data. Mainly, the application has two basic functions for operational work: update or consolidate. In both, the application offers several modes of data entry that are accessible from these top icons. The icon on the right is the default mode for using the laser reader trigger of the handheld device, while the icon on the left side allows the use of the device's camera with a different reading mode. In addition to these options, manual data entry is also available. Shipment. Update process. All shipment processing and tracking in the last mile service consists mostly of, initially, making updates to the packages each time they are moved, meaning passing the reader to the package label when it is received. An example of the label that will be printed on all door-to-door service packages is shown on the screen. The update job consists of passing the reader to the QR code on the label. When reading the QR code, there are two possible scenarios. In the first case, the response is updated guide, which means that the update was valid for that packet and was successful. In the second case, if an attempt is made to update a packet that has already been processed, the response will be invalid update. The same result will be obtained if an attempt is made with a packet whose path does not correspond to the update attempt. At the bottom, a counter is displayed to visualize the accumulated single guides and updated guides during the interaction. It is important to know that when we have an invalid update, the device emits a particular sound different from the reading sound to be able to identify an error without the need to look at the device screen while continuous updates are performed. When data is entered by mistake that cannot be recognized by the system returns the response invalid QR code. In case of receiving a different error response, this should be reported to the technical support of the application. How the system validates the updates is by analyzing the route or nodes established for the shipment in contrast with the station or provider node that is trying to perform the update. In this way, the system knows if the update is valid and corresponds. For this reason, it is important to know that an invalid update must be checked to be sure that the package is in the corresponding path, or else return it. Cargo consolidation process. The function to consolidate cargo or create a HU refers to the grouping of multiple shipments into a single unit and linking it to an AWB so that subsequent updates can be performed automatically. The process to create a HU consists of entering the shipments or cargo to be consolidated and the AWB to which they will be linked. That is, pass the reader to the QR of all the packages and also pass the voter to the barcode of the AWB, or enter it manually if necessary. As an example, a consolidation is carried out, performing the first step, which is to pass the voter to the QR code of the label of a pair of shipments. When it is entered, it indicates, OK, item verified, and is reflected in the counter. In case of repeating the same QR code, by mistake, it would simply not be reflected on the counter. Subsequently, one more QR code is entered, and the number of 2 items is reflected in the list. Next, the reader is passed to the AWB barcode, and the following messages are displayed: AWB detected, and then the AWB data shown at the bottom is loaded. Finally, you are ready to create the unit. To do this, click on the Create HU button, and you are done. At this point, the HU or handheld unity has been successfully created and no further action is required. Likewise, it is possible to consult the created HU, and it is also possible to print the QR guide. Process of updating shipments with error or incident. Finally, the functionality to update a shipment with an error or issue is displayed on the main screen. Going to the bottom, there is a link that says, Report Error or Issue. Click on it, and it takes you to the view where you enter the problem. Click on it and it takes you to the view where you enter the problem. As an example, the label of a valid shipment is read to enter its ID. When it is entered, the response, "OK, item detected," appears, and a menu appears showing different types of error according to the device or station that is trying to update and according to the configuration or route of the shipment. The corresponding error or issue is selected, and then the Update button is clicked.